Hello everyone and welcome to the Mindset Model Podcast, the house of good vibes and unicorn energy. I am your number one hype girl cheering you through the game of life. On this podcast, I am here to help you unleash your best self, to bring your dreams to life using the art of mindset and manifestation. Let's create magic. Hello everyone and welcome back to the Mindset Model Podcast. I hope you are having a fabulous week so far. So in my last episode, we spoke about the higher self and the ego. And if you didn't get a chance to listen, go back and have a little listen because it will really help you with this next podcast. Just because so many of us keep ourselves small and limited, and we really listen to the ego, which generally screams the loudest. And the ego loves familiarity. I can't say that word, familiarity. You know what word I'm trying to say. And it loves comfort. It loves safety. And it sees your dream life as unsafe. And the ego can't actually see the bigger picture. But when you can quiet the ego and allow your higher self to speak, that is when your true desires will start to emerge. You get those excited feelings, those sparks, those juicy ideas start to flow. So let's start 2025 listening to our higher selves. So as we are coming to the end of 2024, so at the time of this recording, December 2024, this is a great time to start building a clear picture of what you want to bring to life for the next year. This is such an exciting time of year, full of really good positive energy. The holidays are just around the corner. Festivities are well underway. Today, I am off for a festive alpaca afternoon tea. So basically, eating delicious cake, feeding and hugging the alpacas. What a dream, hey? I've got wreath making next week as well. And before I know it, the cheese and crackers will be making their yearly debut. So this really is a marvellous time of year. I hope you all have some lovely wholesome things planned too. So let's really tap into that excited energy. So first step, we are going to reflect on the year 2024. So get your notebook out and your journal or whatever you have and really ponder these questions, really think about these questions and get those answers written down. Be really honest with yourself. So what did you love about the year so far? What would you like to see more of in 2025? What would you like to see less of next year? What are you proud of? What have you done this year that made you feel amazing about yourself? What has been your biggest lesson this year? Remember, lessons are a good thing. So what have you learned about yourself or situations? Who have you been this year? Who have you been showing up as? Have you noticed any patterns coming up that you want to change? What areas of your life would you say have improved the most this year or the least? And when doing these reflection questions, just come from a place of curiosity and more of like an observing point of view. Don't beat yourself up if your year went tits up, because that is okay, my loves. Just having the awareness means you can make shifts for a better year to come. So the next step, the second step, this is the fun bit. This is where you are going to get clear on what you would love to manifest in 2025. What would you love to experience? So again, get yourself into that area, get yourself nice and quiet, get your journal out. How would you like to feel in 2025? What would literally blow you away if it came to life in 2025? If money or the opinions of others did not matter, what would you be doing? What new skills or hobbies would you like to learn or have? What would your dream day look like? I love this question. And you can go into as much detail as you want to, whatever feels good for you. Where would you like to travel? What experiences would you like? Would you like to spend more time with a certain person, or would you like to spend less time with a certain person? So these are some really great journaling questions just to really get you thinking as to what your true desires are and what you would like to bring to life in 2025. Now it's all about planting the seeds of intention. And I love to use the law of assumption. Now, there are loads of different universal laws. You're probably quite familiar with the law of attraction, the law of vibration. The law of assumption is just another law which I absolutely love. And this is changing your mindset and your beliefs from I wish and I hope to energy to I intend, I assume and I expect to have this. These energies and frequencies are so much more powerful. So, one of my favourite visuals and metaphors is using gardening, because I'm an old bastard now. I love getting out in the garden, being out in nature, so good for the soul. Now, in October, we planted our spring bulbs ready for spring next year. We are going for a full medley of colour. February to May, we have got some absolute treats which will be popping out. So we've got the daffodils, the tulips, the naked ladies. I don't actually know what their real name is, but I just like the name Naked Ladies because you know me, a bit naughty, aren't I? Snowdrops, we've got bluebells and so on. So as you can imagine, this is just going to be stunning. Now, I planted daffodil bulbs in one of my borders. I know exactly where they are. I got some really nice, good quality compost. I gave them a really good water. I am expecting in March and April time for my daffodils to bloom. I'm not hoping or wishing, I am expecting. I am not worried that a cactus is going to sprout out instead because I planted bloody daffodil bulbs. I don't know the exact date when they're going to bloom. I just know they will flourish in their merry old time when they're feeling ready. So after a cold winter, when everything is in hibernation, looking bare, I get so excited for that first little sprout that pops out of the ground. That feeling of seeing that first little shoot is just so exciting. Because it's the first signs of spring. It's the sign of a new beginning. It's a sign of warmth, growth, and beauty. This is the energy you need to be in with your manifestations and your vision for 2025. You have to set your intentions, plant them in the ground, just like those daffodil bulbs. Give them the good energy. And you are not attached to the when and the how they're going to flourish. That is not your job. That is the job of the universe, source, and all of that lot. Your sole job is to just plant those intentions and enjoy the journey, watching them sprout their first little shoots for the first time, feeling that excitement and that joy, expecting them to flourish and bloom. That is a really powerful way at looking at your vision and your manifestations. So this week, have fun creating your vision for 2025. And in the next episode, we will be creating our 2025 vision board, step-by-step process, and how to infuse them with that really potent energy. But before you do your 2025 vision boards, it's so important to get clear on your desires and what you want and how you want to feel in 2025. So I hope you enjoyed this little episode, my loves, and I will look forward to seeing you next time.